So I've been looking forward to doing this for 2 years, a follow-up to the Tibetan Book of the Dead, but it's the therapeutic application of it for now, right? Sort of important to know what happens after you die, but it's also very, very useful to apply it now. So I'm going to go through it real quick, and then we'll make the therapeutic application. Real simply, the Tibetan Book of the Dead says this: we're on a wheel called samsara, and that wheel involves some sorrow, and we're all on it, and we all go through the same phases, and we all ultimately have the same goal. We're all currently in the physical life phase, and at the end of our physical life is the death phase. Some point after death, the clear white light presents itself to you, and if you recognize it as your awareness, as your essence, as your being, you get to go there. That's nirvana, that's heaven, that's whatever you want to call it. It's a party that I want to go to, right? However, if you don't recognize that as who you are, you continue on the wheel. You meet the deities. Now again, in the first video, I spelled it wrong. Now this time I spelled it right, so that's one reason why I want to do this video. Again, I got the proper spelling of deities. Plus I buttoned every button of my shirt this time. In the first video, I forgot a button down here. So I'm happy to do this again to improve like we need to be doing every day. So we meet deities. We meet peaceful deities and we meet wrathful deities. And the peaceful deities are pleasant. It's comfortable and nice. The wrathful deities are evil and they're scary, and we feel we're going to die in their presence. And we go back and forth between these deities with the opportunity to recognize at any time that we're the clear white light. If we fail to recognize we're the clear white light, we start to manifest again into physical form called reincarnation, and then we come back and get to do it all over again. So here's the basic idea. Recognize you're the clear white light. If you don't recognize that, you go through peaceful and wrathful experiences. At any time in that process, if you recognize you're the clear white light, you're done. The book says again and again, recognition and liberation are simultaneous. If you don't recognize that you're the clear white light, you will start to turn back into a physical being. There's a little baby, and here you are as an adult again. And we go through this process again and again until you recognize you're the clear white light. That's it in a nutshell. Now here's the therapeutic application. We're the dead ones right now. We are currently in this death phase because this flesh is death. If you think of your body as who you are, you're in the death phase right now. And this whole book and the whole concept works just as well if you recognize that now. Because you're the clear white light now. And you go through peaceful and wrathful experiences now. And every single day you go to sleep and you wake back up again and you get to do it again. It's like your life is just one big samsara. It's a reincarnation wheel. Again and again and again. Good times and bad times and good times and bad times and good times and bad times. And the whole experience is trying to get you to realize you're the clear white light. They say all of this is a projection of your own mind. And in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, they say once you realize that the peaceful deities and the wrathful deities are coming from your own mind, you're liberated. It's the same thing right now. What you experience as peaceful and wrathful, the good and the bad, it's coming from your mind right now. It's the exact same experience. So here's a couple lines. This is from the Book of the Dead. Wake up! From this point on, I will awaken my spirit and my consciousness by contemplating the infinite potential of the spirit. I must meditate on peace and harmony and love and compassion. For the sake of all beings and all realities, I must remain centered in the oneness of the infinite potential. This is what they read to someone who's died. It's incredibly good therapy while you're alive right now. Wake up! The word Buddha means to wake up. Wake up to what? You're not the body. You're the clear white light. You're the conscious potential. And we must awaken our spirit and consciousness by contemplating the infinite potential of the spirit. You're much bigger than this. And I must meditate or focus on peace and harmony and love and compassion. How many people are focusing on peace, harmony, love, and compassion? If we're not doing that, we're doing the opposite. If we're clinging to the flesh, you fall into the delusion-dominated realm of animals and you will suffer infinite miseries of stupefaction, dumbness, and slavery without any time of escape. That sounds like fun, right? And it says, listen, all of that illusion, it is really just lust, hate, and delusion. Because it's a projection. All the crap that you're experiencing is coming from inside yourself somehow. And your job is to detach from it. Don't cling from it. Focus on harmony, love, compassion, and peace. That's the way to do it. Listen to me. Right now, the perfect, clear light of infinite potential is manifesting for you. Recognize it. Acknowledge it. Incorporate it into your experience. Your job is to recognize that this light, which is you, if you bring it into your experience, whether you're here or anywhere along this wheel, you now have come to life. The teachings are all very clear. That's what we all have to do. We all have to realize who and what we really are. But let's not wait till we're dead. We're supposed to be doing it right now. We all have to focus on compassion and harmony and peace and the unity of all things. And not focus on the separation and the wrathful things that we see, because it's just coming from our own minds anyways. And what we're doing is projecting that outward. Your job, as Buddha's last words were, strive for your own liberation with diligence, is to not figure out why somebody else might be going through misery. And you hear people talk about that all the time. The fact is, whatever you're going through is a projection of your experience. And you talk with other people who are going through it too. The ones that wake to this have the exact same experience. It's an awareness of, oh my gosh, I'm the clear white light, so are you. That was Buddha's first revelation, that we are all one, that we're all Buddhas. And at any point in samsara you recognize this, you've become a Buddha. That is your job here and there. So let's not wait. Let's work on this together. Collectively, if we understand that what we're supposed to be doing is recognizing we're the clear white light, while we're here right now, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be working on the unity of all things. We're going to recognize there's potential, great potential for growth if we do this. If we focus on the bad aspect of things, we get poisoned. It doesn't help us wake up until we recognize that that's the thing that's motivating us. This pull, this draw, this feeling, you could call it the Tao or the Holy Spirit. It's calling you in to learn how to let all this go, as it says throughout the book. Don't cling to it. Recognition and liberation are simultaneous. The moment you recognize you're the clear white light, you're done, whether you're here or there.